BC Museum is home to the largest collection of Emily Carr's work in the world. Now, when you think of Carr, it's probably her iconic colorful paintings which come to mind. But the eccentric artist was also an accomplished author. And recently, the Royal BC Museum acquired hundreds of documents which give a glimpse into her private writing process and also into the final days of her life.
So this letter is really insightful. It's talking about how she's upset about how the Book of Small has been doing, and I really like how she refers to the book as she. So we recently acquired a new collection of records from the estate of William H. Clark, who was Emily Carr's publisher. So it's a really significant collection of records that will give us some insight into particularly the later years in her life. She says, "I feel dreadful about Small, that she's flopped, I mean. Failures do hurt. It hurts my head to cry, but I'd like to. I'd like to cry for the three of us, Ira and you and me." She wrote a number of books throughout her life, including a book called Clewick, which was one of her most popular, and a book called The House of All Sorts, which is about the boarding house that she ran here in Victoria, and the Book of Small. So this is a manuscript of Emily Carr's book, Pause. It's interesting to see her own annotations and what she was as she edited it. Well, we certainly have what we think are her very last letters that she ever wrote. So this is a telegram from Ira Dilworth to the publishing company stating that Emily Carr died this afternoon after a sudden severe heart attack. This particular collection is very fragile, so we are scanning it, and we will be putting it online. Seeing letters like this really special and unique is that you're getting the person's voice. There's a really cute moment in a letter, in a postscript to a letter, where she's been in touch with her publisher, and at the end she says, "P.S. Don't you think you should call me Emily now?" So obviously they've always addressed her as Miss Carr, and she has this kind of cute moment where she says, "I think you could probably just call me Emily." So as an archivist, we're not supposed to interpret the records. They're meant to speak for themselves, but of course you can't help getting drawn into something as interesting as this body of work.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.